Welcome, everyone, to A Haunting in Stratton, penned by Ryland Mason, narrated by me, Brian Shepard. Episode 1. A New Start. The town of Stratton is just that, a town. Small enough to the point where if you blink, you'll miss it. However, to someone like Ryan Green, Stratton was just the place he's been waiting to find, a place to call home. Ryan, who's been looking for a particular home, believes he has found it here in Stratton. Ever since he was a child, Ryan has had a fascination with big houses. Not your typical mansion that everyone dreams of, no. Ryan has always had an eye for Victorian. The bigger, the better. This house in particular was outside of Ryan's architectural box. The house that he just had to see while working in town was the old Barton Hill farm, a Gothic revival Victorian house. Ryan was not a fan of this type of style. However, when reading the listing, his eyes would wander back up to the few pictures that were posted. He was mesmerized by its beauty. He also felt bad for the house, as it had definitely seen better days, now that it had been sitting empty for the last 13 years. It was almost like the house was calling out to him. Ryan was amazed by the inside the instant he and Gemma, the realtor, stepped into the foyer. There were no photos taken of the inside when he saw the listing, just the outside of the house. With the little bit of light coming in from the door being left open, he could see the polished original hardwood floors covered with oriental area rugs. The furniture and artwork had been covered over with sheets. The grand stairs had to have been made out of mahogany, as Ryan could just see the dark brown color of the wood, which matched the rest of the room, as all the windows and doors had the same wood trim. Even the walls were wood-paneled. "Well, the lights don't seem to be on," Gemma said as she attempted to push the switch in and out. "I brought a flashlight just in case," pulling it out of her purse. Dust, cobwebs, and creepy crawlies seemed to have taken over everything. Shining the light around the room, it's all he saw. The grandfather clock that stood against the wall next to the stairs was way off and must have stopped a long time ago. "I have a phone call to make, so I'll let you walk around, and I'll meet you here so I can just find out what you think about the house. The house comes furnished, as there's no one left to give it to. The lawyer has covered everything up as best as he could. Oh, and you'll need these," handing him a set of keys on a ring. "Some doors may be locked. No, I don't know which one goes to what, I'm afraid. Have fun exploring. Any questions, let me know." She smiled and walked back out the front door, leaving Ryan to himself. Off to the left of the foyer, and through a beautifully arched double door, was what seemed like the parlor, as it had sofas and chairs covered, which were then surrounded by more tables, lamps, artwork, and even more paintings on the walls. This room was red in color, with a gold accent pattern throughout. The crown molding was gold in color, with beautifully carved roses, painted red. Heavy dark red drapes hung high above the windows, just long enough not to touch the floor. They were closed. No use opening them, as there is no sun out there. The room even came with a piano. You could tell what it was, even under a sheet. Moving on and through the in-wall sliding doors was the dining room. A table that seemed to sit 12 was in the center, surrounded by leather high-back wooden chairs. 3 silver candlestick holders are still sitting in the center of the table. Sideboard tables are covered. The room revealed blue in color. Wallpaper, white trim, navy blue drapes with white sheer hung in the 4 huge windows. Yet with the flashlight, he could see colors. Walking over and opening the drapes, he found colorful stained glass. Looked like an outdoor scene. Exploring the rest of the downstairs did not disappoint, as Ryan discovered the kitchen, bathroom, library/study, which was filled with books and, of course, creepy-looking objects covered over. Each room is decorated and themed accordingly. There was no end in sight when it came to the amount of dirt and dust that continued to blanket everything. It would take him forever to clean just one room, let alone the 15 it came with altogether. Back in the foyer, Ryan could hear Gemma squawking on the phone, something about not to rush her. Looking over to the staircase, it was time to venture upstairs, where it was even darker. Each step he took up the stairs, the darkness that surrounded him felt eerie. As he reached the top landing, he could go either left or right, as it seemed like a hallway with nothing but doors. There would be no sneaking around in this house, as every step he took, the old wooden floors came alive with the sounds of creaks. The feeling that he should be more quiet came over him, like someone might hear him. We all get that way, walking alone, a creepy wooden floor making noises, a dark hallway. Nothing is wrong with this situation, Ryan thought, as he decided to go left. Each bedroom again was filled with antique furniture, including a 4-pole canopy bed. The large bedroom in the middle of the hallway was the only room that he found that came with a fireplace. When she said fully furnished, she meant it, as it just seemed like someone walked out and never returned. When it came to exploring the last bedroom on the left, it was the only one apparently locked. Key after key until he finally was able to turn the key and unlock the door. Grabbing for the handle, Ryan slowly turned and opened the door. He was about to walk in when a gush of air came blowing out, knocking him back a bit, and in the meantime, the door decided to slam shut. And even before he could reach for the handle, the door locked itself. "Hello? Is someone there?" he asked as he knocked on the door. Trying the handle, it was still locked. "Look, whoever you are, I'm coming in," he said as he again turned the key, unlocking the door. Before he had a chance to turn the handle, the door locked itself, and the keys were dislodged from the keyhole, almost like someone grabbed them out of the door and threw them. "Okay, definitely not supposed to happen," he said as he started to back away slowly from the door and head back down to the foyer. Strangely enough, his mind must be playing tricks with him, as there were no red flags going off. Anyone else would be running scared. His curiosity was getting the better of him, as all he worried about was if the bed in the middle room was comfy. "So, what do you think?" Gemma asked as she was waiting by the front door, texting on her phone. "I'll take it," he blurted, without even thinking. "Perfect. Let's head back and draw up the paperwork. Oh, the keys?" she asked. How to explain that there is something upstairs that threw the keys and walking away leaving them was the better option. Right, the keys. I believe I might have dropped them." "You dropped these?" she asked as she picked the keys up off the table. "All right. Well, anyway, let's head back so I can have you sign your life away. Not sure why you would not be able to have the keys by the end of the day," she said as they both walked out, Gemma locking the door. Just before getting into the car, Ryan noticed that from here he could just make out Mayor Shepherd's mansion across the road, as it too sat on a hill. Funny, to be living in the second oldest house built in Stratton. The paperwork was grueling. Sign here, initial here, dot your I's and cross your T's, yet it felt liberating to now be the official owner of Barton Hill Farm. Gemma said the transfer of money would take up to 72 hours. The house ended up being a quick deed, done and over with. Gemma was quick to leave town. Once she gathered all her paperwork and suitcases, she was checking out with Duchess. With everything going on in the town with the murders, it certainly was a strange time to be buying a house. Yet to Ryan, it felt right. Now his 2-week vacation can begin. He was confident that his assistant could handle the governor till he got back. "Oh, no, dear. You're checking out as well? It seems it's just you and me tonight, Mopsy," Duchess said as Ryan approached the desk with his belongings. "Sorry, Duchess. I just bought a house, so I'm going to stay there. I have a lot of cleaning to do." "Is it far? I could always come and help," she offered, as a way not to be so alone, now that her sister got up and left her for another cruise. "Yeah, I bought the Barton Hill Farm," Ryan replied with a smile, as if to say he was proud of his new house. "Oh, you have fun with that, dear. I forgot. I have an appointment with Doc Prescott. Shoot, maybe next time." "I didn't say it had to be today," he replied, also desperate to have company. "Oh, I can't remember what day my doctor appointment is, so I'd rather stay by the phone to get that reminder call," she answered as she got up and walked away. "All right, you're welcome over any time, and thank you for the stay," he said as he walked out the door and to the car. Tonight, he would stay for the first time in a house by himself that he owned. Oh, and no power. This should be fun, he thought, as he drove himself back to the house. It would be getting dark soon, and of course he forgot to buy a flashlight. Maybe underneath one of those sheets there are candles or an oil lamp he could use. As Ryan made his way up Old Route 11, he soon realized he would not be needing to search for a light. As the house came into view on the hill, he could see a single glowing light coming from inside the house. Gemma, perhaps? Finally reaching the front of the house, it was not Gemma who was there. In fact, no one was here at all. Well, not by car anyway. Oh, he is definitely going to be planting new roses next year, as they would bring a pop of color against these sunflowers, Ryan thought, as he was distracting himself from the fact that there might not even be anyone in the house. Yet, here he is. Does he run and change his mind, leaving the house to sit and rot? Because he knows no one else will buy it, considering it's been sitting again, empty for the last 13 years. No. This was his house now. Time to take control and face whatever it is that seems to be lurking in the house. However, Ryan is banking on the idea that this is all in his head, and that there is nothing spooky going on. Psych. My house is totally haunted, he said out loud, smiling, away as he made his way inside for the night. Well, I'm going to leave the story right there. Until next time, everyone, thanks for listening.